And so, beloved masters, greetings from a new space of energy, from a new level of understanding, from we desire to employ energies that will assist you to have a new level of awareness. There are no accidents that we had entitled many months ago. This teaching for November, your words carry great power. And it is, beloved masters, in these times, perhaps more than ever in the whole of your life, in the whole of lifetimes through the illusion, it is so powerful. What you say and what you think. Because the words, whether they are spoken outward or whether they are simply formulated within you, those words carry an energy, carry an impact that fills your energy space and broadcasts out from your realm of influence, and literally, as you align within yourself and consider the outcome of your words before you speak them, the outcome of your actions before you take them. You can change the climate of a situation that could be potentially in crisis. But rather than trying to change the people, it is holding the intention of peace within yourself, living the words, living the words. Many people listen to what I say and they memorize the words. They can intellectually organize what I have said into categories, into steps, and they can recite the words. These are good words. These are important words. These are powerful words. Yes. But the words are for you. The words are for you. They are not first for someone else. That you listen to the words and perhaps you feel a bit, perhaps you hear a bit, and then you want to take the words and tell other people, now this is what I was told by the Master Saint Germain. This is what we have to do. And I can assure you, beloved masters, the Master Saint Germain did not say, you must do this. Because I am very clear that the appropriate use of words not only what you say, but how it is spoken. And where does it come from? Are the words coming from your logical, practical brain that memorized these specifics? And perhaps you wrote them down so that you could say the same words that I said. How did they feel? Well, I know a number of people that really need to hear these words. How did they feel to you? Well, I was so busy recording these words on paper so that I could say them just right. How will you live the words? How will you employ them in your life? How do they speak, beloved masters, to your soul? Yes, the words that you share with others have great impact. But it is, dearly beloved masters, the world would not be in such crisis. The United States of America would not be so divided if people really paid attention to their own words. What's going around and around and around in your head? What emotions are tumbling in your solar plexus that if you will simply take a deep breath and move beyond the chaos of what the mind is telling you. And I can assure you, beloved masters, in the United States at this point in time, a great deal of the divisiveness is people are frankly pissed off that their side lost. Now, there is a tremendous amount of shock value in an outcome that no one saw coming. And I say no one saw it coming, probably because the finite mind has a tendency to get an idea and assume that that's the way things will be. Many people simply refused to consider that Donald Trump could possibly become President of the United States. And so their reaction to saying, and here we are with words, I don't believe it. It couldn't happen. It won't happen. It just can't happen. This absolutely will not be the case. And yet, dearly beloved masters, we have taught you, spoken to you again and again about unlimited potential. Focus, concentration, determination. And in many ways, the Master Donald Trump is an amazing example of a single-minded, self-made man of the old order, who is now standing as a very obvious reflection of what the patriarchy has stood for a very long time, and the old order is passing. So, the ego wants to make disparaging remarks. The ego wants to make harsh judgments. The ego wants to continue with the condemnation and the criticism so that I remind you of threefold return. Every statement that the Master Trump made against anyone else, not only his opponent in the campaign, but anyone, any group of people, any person, any time he was pointing his finger, three were pointing back at him. And, oh yes, beloved masters, he has achieved what many around the world, not only in the United States of America, but around the world, have said was impossible. So, dearly beloved masters, rather than to simply reel from the shock of his accomplishment, consider the amazing outcome of focus, intention, and determination. Now, certainly, dearly beloved masters, we would call you to hone your ethics, to consider the outcome of your actions before you take them. We would remind you of the Master's toolbox, your courage, your strength, your power, your wisdom, your integrity, your nobility, your flexibility, your truth, your faith, your love. Internal energies, and yes, beloved masters, words. What do these words speak to you? When you would allow the ego mind to pull your focus toward anger, frustration, judgment, and words pour out of you expressing how upset you are, how angry, how frightened, how uncertain, how concerned. Feel in your solar plexus the energy of the words you're saying. Feel the, shall we say, the tone it sets in your environment. Are the words that you are speaking words that are carefully chosen, not that you're denying yourself saying what you feel or mean, but words carefully chosen inside of you, not intellectually. People say, well, my brain is in my head and that's inside of me. But when we speak of inside, we're talking about the energy of the totality of you. Yes, your brain is a mental aspect in a physical vehicle. But the inner space in the solar plexus encompasses the emotions of physicality and the feeling of spirit, and the divine essence binds all of that together in an amazingly unique whole. And the Master Donald Trump, though we certainly could not say flawlessly, has demonstrated, but certainly has demonstrated that if he can bring about something such as this, anyone can. It's not about his superiority. It isn't about the inferiority of others. It's about what he believed about himself. And oh yes, beloved masters, we can assure you that in the man Donald Trump, there is quite a bit of shaky ground. Because he always has that possibility that this time his gamble won't make it. But what you say and what you think and what you live makes all the difference in your world. So consider, is your focus with you today? Is it centered and aligned on your life? Not how the life is going to break down, fall apart, what you're going to lose. Do you really, beloved masters, want to design that kind of a future for yourself. Oh, but we can't help it. Look what's happened, and we can't stop it. We're out of control. Yes, you are. And may you stay that way, please. Because control is going to more and more evidence itself as the notorious two-headed dragon of ego. And the more people believe that they are in control in the energy of these times, the less they are. But inside, in the center, in your solar plexus, in the seed of your soul, between the heart, which is a center of love, and the splenic chakra, which is a center of power, the truth blends your love and your power together. What do you desire your life to be? We're not talking about projecting out in front of you. Because when people think of the future, they have a tendency to send their energy away from themselves. The future's out there. Absolutely not. What you will live tomorrow, next week, next year, in 10 years, is right in the solar plexus, right in your center, right now. The energy of what your future will look like is with you right now. What are you saying about your future? Your words are powerful. They have a great impact. They have an impact on those around you. And how you impact those around you sets up future influences. When you treat those around you with the love, the respect, the compassion that would be vitally important, beloved masters, for you to give yourselves. It isn't about you giving others something. You will not give yourself. So, what are you saying? Emotionally experiencing within yourself today. How does today feel? Do you really want to send that energy into tomorrow so that you will meet it again? And condemn and criticize and worry about last week? And send all of that energy out into what you will meet at the beginning of 2017, or the middle, or the end? Your thoughts, your words are creative energy. And it's a master's choice what you will create. And you are the master. So here is an absolutely astounding opportunity to live what we have been giving you, to ensure you and assure you and shore you up, sustain you in these times and the times to come. And dearly beloved masters, what is coming is entirely up to you. Because whatever you are saying over and over and over again is being reinforced, because every time you say it, you put another brick in the wall. And one of the things that the Master Trump really wants to do, first off, is to start building walls. Physical, energetic walls to turn the United States of America, the shining light of the world, into a fortress. And the ego mind says, I can't do anything about that. I can't stop it. No, not if you fight. Because the energy of war, attempting to gain what you desire by stopping other people, manipulating their ideas, trying to get them to understand that your way is the only way, isn't going to achieve what you desire, because you are giving monumental amounts of power to those outside of you. You're donating energy to them because you're attempting to give them enough energy to convince them to do what you want them to be who you want them to be, to get them to agree. And this nation of the United States is divided brutally in that need to make others be what I think they should be. And so, where is your focus? What are you doing with your energy? You have plenty of energy, but when you walk around feeling as though you're low energy, what are you saying? What words are you using over and over and over that erode the light in your eye, the glow on your cheek, the spring in your step? Because the words that you're speaking refer to old, tired, worn-out platitudes and energies, or they speak of a future that isn't even crisp black and white, but just shades of grey and shadows. Fear, doubt, mistrust create fear and doubt and mistrust and imbalances, beloved masters, that become an infection in the emotional bodies of humanity. And there's not an antibiotic. What heals that kind of dis-ease, dearly beloved masters, is the clarity of your choices. We have said again and again, eliminate from your vocabulary should, oughta, gotta, musta, can't, won't, don't. It's hard. Yes, but. What if? And I tried. Little words, tiny phrases that erode the foundations of what you desire to build, of a life with a future. And in order to let go of those little erosive statements that are mindlessly thrown about and yet add to the downfall of what humanity has believed it works so hard to create. And they, the nameless, faceless they, are going to take it all away from me. Or, now in this time, half of the United States believes that Donald Trump is going to take their good away, and the other half is absolutely assured that he is going to give it to them. That he's going to provide jobs and hope to people he doesn't even know. And all they have to do is just sit and hold their hands folded in their lap and wait for the handout. No, beloved masters. He can't take your good if you don't believe it. And he isn't going to provide your good, even if you do believe it. Because each one of you is absolutely required, divine law, required to participate in your life. So, you're the first one to be very considerate, not scared, not afraid of what might happen, but certainly clearly attentive. What are you saying about the world you live in? Because, beloved masters, even if you are not a part of that world, you're still physical and you live on the planet. You are in the world, even if energetically, when the world goes low, you go high. You're still a part of it. You are not separate entities, and you really cannot do it all by yourself. And even though it might appear that you have accomplished something that no one has accomplished before, if you think you've done it all by yourself, there will be some rather astounding revelations to help you appreciate no one can do anything all by themselves.